All right, well, Australian workers who are currently in their late 50s will be forced to delay their retirement under a controversial plan to save $3.6 billion in aged care payments. Now, the pension age will increase by 6-month increments from 67 years to 70 every 2 years from 2025. Got your head around that?
I guess so. Let's get today's take on this with Ross Greenwood and Shelly Horton. Shelly, to you first. What do you make of all this?
I'm so confused and so upset. My initial idea was, well, I'm not going to rely on the government for pensions, so I'm just going to put aside money, I'll be fine. Then I had to chat to Roscoe, and he's kind of set me straight. Can you explain it to everyone else? Because you really summed it up for me.
Okay, so what happened was from 2025-26, so let's say, for example, a person was born in 1955, 56. They're the first people really affected by this. The government said, look, we cannot afford, with an ageing population, the number of people who are basically getting older and who are going to ultimately end up on the government age pension.
Right.
Now, to do this, what we're going to do is we're going to gradually increase the age pension age, as it were, to 70. So it's going to go 67, 68, 69, and then 70, it'll come to there. So in other words, it's going to force people to work longer into their lives. Now, what Shelly says is, well, I'm not going to require the government.
Yeah.
Now, everybody at some stage, most working people are going to rely on the government for an age pension because we're living so longer. Now, remember when superannuation was set up? Those people retiring now didn't really have any superannuation.
No.
There was no superannuation then. It's only 25 years old. And so as a result, then it was 3%. If you are 20 years old, and if you want to have enough money to live on in retirement, from the age of 20 to the age of 60, you've got to save 15% of your pay every single year and get good returns.
Well, that's not happening.
Right,
No
so that's not
one's
happening.
doing that,
15%. Then you've got to buy a house. You've got to feed your kids. You've not got to have a gap out of the workforce. So you can't go and have kids and have a gap. You can't be unemployed. You can't be sick. You 15% from then. And remember that the amount we put aside in superannuation now is 9.5%. So there's not enough money.
under.
So there's a gap. And because of that gap, it means that everybody ultimately will rely on the age pension, except those very fortunate few.
But shouldn't we be more educated about this? Like, I feel like I'm a fairly informed person, and just chatting to you, I'm like, I should be doing that. Like, shouldn't there be some sort of education campaign that
But also,
teaches
don't you feel
us?
like there should be something... Don't you think it's part of the structure of the society that we've built into that we're going to take people, we're going to take care of people when they get older?
Okay.
That is part of the deal I signed up for paying taxes.
Yes, 100%. Problem is, there's more older people than what there are younger people who are working and paying the taxes. And the problem is there is great.
Well, there's a lot of businesses that aren't.
Yeah, hang on. But can I just say, at the edges of it, that's very small. The big heart is that half of the taxes in this country are paid by people who are working. They're the ones carrying the burden. So younger people, if you want to have the lifestyle to which older people would like, are going to have to pay much higher taxes than you've ever paid in your life. And so the answer is here: if you can delay the retirement age, have people work longer. But you get into other problems. People aged over 50 these days can't find a job.
They can't get a job.
No, they can't find a job.
So you see, understand those dilemmas.
Yeah.
And they're the dilemmas that government is trying to force. Now, it's okay for the opposition to say, oh, we wouldn't do this. Well, you'd have
What
to
are
do
they
something
gonna do?
because what are you going to do? There's got to be an answer.
When are we going to become a model like these nations like Sweden and Switzerland that have higher taxes and go, well, and everyone goes, we pay higher taxes because we have to put back to the community and to their life.
It's true. You could say that.
It's not being altruistic,
imagine-
but it's just being less
But imagine
demonstrated.
if you were all,
Okay.
if we
So-
actually
so-
But
went
it's
to that.
actually humanity we're talking about here.
Now, maybe it
Well, it's
doesn't happen in
reality as
Sweden,
well.
but the reality is in Australia, when you've had very high taxes, your best and your brightest leave the country. They leave the country and they go to places such as Asia. They can go to Asia, pay 15% tax. They can go to the UK, they pay 35% tax. They can go to the States, they pay less. So as a result, this is the dilemma Australia's got, and one answer is for Australians to work longer into their lives.
All right, Shelly and Ross are going to stay with us because
gotta
when we
keep
come back,
working.
they're going to keep working. There's no breaks. Consumer outrages, Christmas decorations and fruit mince pies hit the supermarket shelves 4 months ahead of the festive seasons. I'm on board. Christmas all year round.
With the kids jingle bells.
Welcome back. Well, guess what?
What?
Shoppers are up in arms this morning after the supermarket started rolling out Christmas decorations and fruit mince pies over the weekend. Now, David, that is 4 months ahead of schedule.
Yeah, great.
4 months before the festive season.
Bring it on.
People have taken to social media to vent over the in-store displays.
That's unusual.
Some are furious.
This is breaking news.
Let's say everyone's outraged.
On social
Everyone's
media?
outraged
Welcome
about
back to
how
Breaking
early
News with
Christmas-
Georgie Gardner.
how early the Christmas products have made it onto the shelves. Others, like you, are happy.
I love it.
You love a bit of festivity.
Buy my stuff early, I
Yeah.
stock up. It's great.
Let's bring back Shelly and Ross. Shelly,
Sure.
where do you stand on this?
I don't really care that much because it's up to you whether or not you buy it, right?
Oh, yeah.
So I know that there are some families that they actually want it there now because they have to slowly buy bits and pieces,
That's it.
put it in the garage, hide it away, and then it's not a massive strain on the
Outlay.
budget in December. I hate fruit mince pies. Can I just
Same.
say that?
I hate them too.
Gross.
Gross.
Who likes them? Gross.
Your nan.
It's like grandparents like them. But yeah, so I'm not too concerned about it. Do I think it's too early? Yeah, it's September, but it's up to you whether or not you buy. So no big deal.
Roscoe, I mean,
I refuse
don't
to be
have a
outraged.
problem with this. If they started playing Christmas carols while I was shopping,
Oh, they will.
then I'd be like, oh, come on, guys, that's too much. But,
I've got 3 words to say. All day breakfast.
yeah.
Yeah? You can have breakfast any time of that. Why can't you have Christmas every day is Christmas Day?
I wish it could be Christmas every day. The song says that.
That's it. Exactly. And because of that, these retailers are making it come true.
And you can go to those stores that just is Christmas every day.
That's
you
it.
can go buy a snowman now.
I always worry about those stores. What do they do in March?
They have a big show at Halloween too.
Oh, okay,
They have a
okay.
big show at Halloween.
But no, I see that this is free enterprise. And Shelley's
Yeah.
absolutely right. If people don't do this, the stores wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
So as a result, there must be a demand. If they're putting it in now,
I agree.
somebody must be buying the stuff. Otherwise, they wouldn't do it. They are not stupid.
Can I also say that it does raise my anxiety levels because it's like, I had goals for this year. The year's nearly over. Oh my
And I
goodness.
reckon that's what's fueling. I reckon that's what's fueling half of social media going, no, I'm supposed to give up smoking this year. And yeah.
That's so
and it's
true.
Christmas already. Oh, that's really good. Let us know what you think. Is this affecting you or is it just affecting your goals? Go on to Facebook and Twitter. Please, no outrage. Roscoe and Shelley, great to have you both on.
Thank you, you two. Great stuff. All right, still to come. Proof you can teach an old dog new tricks.